Welcome back to the pod, episode 11. Can y'all believe we on episode 11? We are back with the amazing family, the Purple Capsule. We are more elite than Michael Jordan on the last shot. We got some returned members and we got some more of the fam. If y'all want to introduce yourselves again for the fans.
All right, you already know who it is, Millie Mill, here to give you some hot takes and some good opinions, perspectives, let you know what's going on in the world and our thoughts.
It's your boy DAR. Back at it. Another episode, another banger.
Mhm.
So some I do hood rat shit with my friends on the internet.
It's your boy KB back at it. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm gonna come back like MJ in '96.
I don't know if P fixed his mic. P! No, not yet. We'll get to P, bro. What y'all been up to, man? Kev
Pushing P. You said what I want to do?
pushing P. Kev, what you been on, bro?
Man, I've been gone out the city, man. I ain't having, you know what I'm saying? Been on the road, been crazy. Yeah, we
That
back.
money. Shit. What about you,
Straight
Dar?
over there.
Nah, I've been doing a whole bunch of working and sleeping and making money and being broke at the same time.
I'm not mad at it.
So much.
Facts.
I'm sick of her. I'm not mad.
Other than that, life is good. We here.
Made it.
Good. That's good.
Nigga, we made it.
Neil, what you been on, bro?
Man, same old, bro. Just working, trying to make it. Met somebody special, so I'm happy about that. Had a good time this weekend. It's kind of wild. Wish she was there solo. We got a lot to talk about. Saturday was very eventful. Let's just say that.
Wow.
We're gonna get into it though.
Solo, what you been on, bro?
Packing. Making that move, bro.
Getting out that house.
You feel
Third.
me?
Praise the Lord.
Shit, well, we got an interesting pod episode for y'all. We are all African Americans in this chat, so we're gonna talk about Black culture today.
And the word will be thrown around. Absolutely.
I identify as a table.
Wow.
I'm not mad at that. Hey, but most tables are brown. No, I'll take. But for the starters, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that do Black people shape the world?
Absolutely. 100%.
Let y'all think.
Only reason I say that, I feel like a lot of things have been influenced by Black people, even way back and since however far ago you want to go. I mean, the oldest living person recorded was a Black man. I feel like it spawns from us. It starts from us, and then even the things that we may not have necessarily started when we got introduced to it, we kind of made it our own and made it better. I mean, you can look at music. When we got our hands on that, we put a different twist on it. With the blues and the jazz, all the types of stuff. Soul, you want to name it, like gospel, all that. Like, and then if you want to go to sports, that shit started getting way more entertaining when Black people got into that. Like, so I feel like we are constantly trendsetters. We're constantly influencing people, constantly. Even if you look at rappers, if you want to go to different, like whether you have a white rapper, there's a Arabian rapper too. I follow too. I can't think of his name, but we inspire that. I don't care what nobody say. We inspire that for sure. Like, so I 100% believe we shape the world. We just don't either A, acknowledge it, or B, we just too keen on wanting to be like safe and play it safe and not try to be all this, oh, black power this, black power this. We don't want to be all that type of person because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, but fuck that. Nah, we shape the world. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Anybody else want to jump in on it? I mean, that was elegant, great answer, but
No, I feel
I
like
mean, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just saying. I mean, in the West, yeah, and certain like cultures that are affected by the West, yeah, but I don't know what's going on in like Vietnam or Finland. So,
it's true.
but if we're talking anything affected by North America, yeah, black people have a major influence on it right now.
Huh?
That's facts. 'Cause, like in them cultures that's strongly rooted, like kind of like they talk about Kobe and all that. You just go over there and whatever. They a fan of him, and if you go over there, you know, it can be a wild experience being in that country because of how they might, treat you. But it doesn't affect how they move. They just look at it and like, oh, that's crazy, and then go about the rest of their business. Versus like some countries, like maybe some like the UK, heavily influenced by American culture, and we are kind of at least to our perspective, American culture from what we see. But then again, you take somebody from like North Dakota, that part of the culture is completely different than what we think, but they haven't exposed to it. So, I mean, I think as a root, yeah, we do. It's just a matter of the limitation on our exposure to the world, because for the longest we were only exposed in a certain light, you know, in a bad way. But now, like, you'll get caught out on it if you do majority of the time. But some places haven't caught up with time.
Okay. Trying to think like our peak black people like Michael Jordan, MLK, Michael Jackson, they were pretty much known worldwide.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali,
LeBron.
Bron. But as far as like, white people or I know Messi's like one of the greatest of all time. I think he's known everywhere. But, soccer is the biggest sport on the planet. But I mean,
Yeah,
culture wise, I mean, for me personally, like MJ did a lot. Michael Jordan did a lot from the Jordans to basketball to, just putting black people on the map. But I mean, that's what I've seen as a good influence, I should say. But
it definitely is. But some places will stereotype us as that because we're only showing in that light as like, okay, that's successful black man, he a basketball. So, but we're only portrayed in certain lights in certain industries. Like the music industry, or we're rap, or basketball, NBA. We're athletes. But
right,
we're so much more than that. But the other more that we are doesn't really put out media. If you see what I'm saying. So like,
yeah,
yeah, they do a lot those outlets, but like those outlets don't define us as a whole people.
that's a
But
good,
worldwide media won't show you that side.
Facts, facts.
yeah, that's a good point, Kev. Is there do people see us other than just athletes, rappers, and just anything but that? Or
I don't think people engage that deeply with black people. Like, I think they look at black people like a commodity, like a source for their entertainment,
uh,
and nothing much beyond that. Like, if you don't interact with black people, especially in other countries, on a daily basis, then they only see black people through like LeBron, Beyonce, Michael Jordan, stuff like that.
okay, so we're pretty much just entertainment for everybody.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean it's how it kind of was in the old times. and it's another legalized method of it. Except the only difference in monetize off it.
Plus, it's black culture that is influencing, not black people. There's a lot of stuff out there that like embraces black culture without acknowledging that it comes from black people. So it's not really black people. It's not like they're obsessed with what's going on in Chicago. They like hip hop and box braids and basketball and stuff like that.
Okay. Welcome back, P.
Greetings, greetings.
Fix your mic.
Yes, bro. I had a little family matter to attend to, bro. A complete overreaction, but I'm back. Bro.
What you been on, Reverend? We can get you in here.
What was what was the question?
Question: do black people shape the world, in your opinion?
Um, I think they shape the world in like I think they shape the world in entertainment because like I could be wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but like black people are like the leading race for basketball and football right now. At least from what I experienced with my own eyes. Like I see more black uh people in the sports industry than I do everything else, unless you want to count uh as a Western title, soccer here and for other areas of the world, football. Um but we have a lot more comedians, a lot more TV show runners. I'm gonna give a side note real quick. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all, bro. I hate every single thing about love and hip hop.
Okay.
Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
every single thing that
Get in.
every single thing that exists within love and hip hop, I cannot stand because they are constantly pushing the stereotype that black people are just loud and violent. You know
I
what I'm
hate that.
saying? And for me, I'm not a loud person and I'm not a violent person, or I'm not even gonna say violent. I'm not a protective person unless called upon. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I think it was like yesterday. I watched one episode of it, and the stereotype that's pushed, as long as that type of stuff exists, it's just gonna be pushed against us. You know what I'm saying? And it's even worse if black people are following that type of stereotype. So, um, for me, I just think we push the idea of more of a entertainment value than we do everything else. But I asked this. There was this kid at UC Hospital yesterday, and we were just chopping it up. And I was like, "Oh, what do you want to do when you get older?" He was like, "Probably a comedian, probably an actor." And I'm like, "Well, why? Like, why do you only want to be those things?" And he was like, "That's just the quicker bag. That's how I can get more money." And I'm just like, "So what about being a doctor? What about being, a medical practitioner? What about being a teacher or, something that can actually bring value to a society?" Because I'm not gonna lie, you can find entertainment anywhere. If I'm being honest, like entertainment can be found anywhere really. But he said the reason why he doesn't want to be those things is because he feels like he would actually have to work for them. I'm just like, oh, I'm just like, God, man. And I would say when I heard that I was a little disappointed because I didn't know what to say to him after that. I just told him I was just like, you know what, go ahead and get in your bag. But the fact that he just wasn't up to actually working hard to make a difference, and that he didn't see no, like, I guess, plus side of being a doctor or, you know, a teacher or anything like that. It was just kind of sad to hear. So, like, for me, I guess I can only see the entertainment value because that's just what's being pushed right now. Like, nobody doesn't want to be a philosopher. Nobody don't want to be no doctor. Nobody don't want to, be a firefighter. I'm not gonna say cop because there's a lot going on with that right now. Um, I guess for me, it's just like nobody don't want to make a difference anymore. They just want to get the bag quickly so they can like secure their like social life. I'm just like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that entertainer. I want to make a difference in people's lives. Hence why that's why I'm doing the podcast. I mean, you could say it's for me. Well, for a lot of people, you could say it's for entertainment, but like for me, I use the pod as a way to try to make a difference some way, somehow, to reach somebody, to be like, you can be better than what the stripes they try to put you in, I guess.
Good.
But yeah, I guess that's my take on it. I only see the entertainment value in us right now because nobody doesn't want to push forward to be anything else.
How do you shape other people's culture outside of entertainment and art?
Great question, Solo.
Food, music. Well, I guess the music. So
I
food.
didn't hear the question. It scratched out.
I said, how do you shape people's culture outside of like entertainment and art? Like, I still think people don't interact with black people; they interact with black culture because you can't.
Mm,
There's no culture, worldwide culture around being a doctor, being a firefighter, those types of things.
Right.
But they have perception of black stereotypes, and then they have perceptions of black culture, and then that's why we get put in the box.
I got
They're not over there talking about American white people. Like, yeah, they are doctors and lawyers. They just have a more vast representation because, like, stereotypes don't dominate perception.
I got you. You got to answer
uh,
that.
um,
That's fair. You want to answer first?
well, for me to address the point that you made about the culture about being around doctors, I was, I guess you say, I was gifted with some information um, from Jill's mother after talking to her for a while.
Absolutely.
She told us I guess you could say a little bit of a crazy story, and it's wild when you actually think about it because when she told us this, I've only met Indians who live this kind of lifestyle because that's just I don't know if you can say I don't even know if you can say it's culture. It just sounds like it's just what's pressed on them. But like she was telling us how she had a friend who whose family is only allowed to be doctors.
Yeah,
Like
it's wild.
just doctors. You know what I'm saying? They
Disowned and shit.
Yeah, like you can't be nothing else. You can only be a doctor. At least in his family. I don't know if it plays a part like that for like any other Asian to Indian culture, but that's just I guess it's just for his family. But like his family, you can only be doctors. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted the guy that's the guy that's her friend. He wanted to be something else. I believe it was like IT or something like that.
It was IT. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was like tech or IT or something like that. That's what he wanted to be. And once they realized that's what he wanted to do, they cut him off. Like they didn't give him no outside help. They didn't like pick him up when he's down or anything like that. It was just like, hey, you decided to do this thing, so now it's just like you got to just deal with what you chose to do on your own because we ain't gonna help you. And then I believe she told us like after like a couple uh after some time passed, he decided to change what he was doing to become a doctor. And the second that he did that, he went from like some type of old Toyota car to a Bentley. Like they gave him a Bentley directly after he changed his degree. Like they said, "Oh, okay, so you want to be a doctor now? You want to follow the family? You want to follow the culture? All right, bet. We called your brother. He just sent you over a Bentley." Like I don't know why that's just crazy to me, but I think that's just crazy to me. Like I guess I don't know how to answer your question, but I guess if there was a way to refine it, I guess my question will be: can you build a culture around a degree? Like, can you build it around like
I
being
don't
an
think other cultures care.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about that shit.
Yeah, I think because those cultures exist uh, within Black people, especially against like immigrant Africans. So like, I don't think anybody cares. I think culture is more entertaining. Like, if we're talking about how Black people interact with Black people, we could talk about it. But I don't think other cultures, other races, really care what the Black doctors and Black lawyers are doing.
Think we don't get enough
You don't.
acknowledgement neither. Like even if because there's been scenarios and situations where it's been a good deal of black doctors that came out in a certain year, and you'll never see that. That won't be publicized. You won't
I don't
know
think they
about it.
care.
Yeah, they don't.
I
That's
don't
what
think
Solo's trying to say. They don't
Yeah,
care about that. Only
Black
what
women is the most educated demographic in the U.S. right now. Nobody cares about that stat. Like, I think culture is what dominates people's perceptions of people.
the
Well, this is
entertainment business is so huge that who gives a fuck that we have a
about
bunch.
productive shit. Yeah, nah, I get that.
What were you about to say, Kev?
I was gonna say that was my point. It's like culture includes black entertainment, black music, black art, but culture also includes your way of life. What he's saying, and this is kind of me dissecting it further, is like other people outside of us don't care about our way. You know what I'm saying? They only care about entertaining things that they see about us. They kick to the curb. You know what I mean? You gotta think about it. We just got rights in this country less than 100 years ago, but we were still allowed to go play music for them. We go sing for them. We go dance for them. Shit like that. So they don't care about living as long as we do what makes them happy with the entertainment. That's all they looking at. So like as a culture as a whole, no, they don't care about black culture. They just want to see the good, make them feel good or happy or entertained. But when it comes to day to day life as a black American,
well, even if they don't care, can you still push a culture into a practice?
I don't think you can because what
Because I'm not
what
gonna
practice
lie,
you talking about? Because some practices,
Wait, we talking about within our race? Or we talking about with other people?
within any race, because when she told me that story about her friend and his heritage or culture or whatever, it just sounds like they push their culture only into being into a practice of medical practitioners.
That culture exists within Black people, but that
yeah,
culture is not celebrated or portrayed in media. And I only think it's portrayed in other races because of wealth, because of money. Like if there weren't billionaire white doctors, billionaire white lawyers, billionaires hiring white doctors, nobody would care. Like who cares about an African family tree where everybody's a doctor if money or culture isn't involved? And
Mhm.
we don't have the billionaires and we don't have the well, we got the culture, but the culture of that is gonna come from money, or nobody's gonna care.
That's what you're saying.
I agree. So the topic of the day, since I mean we kind of segue on it, the negatives in black culture. Since entertainment is so big, the stereotypes always pushed. Can we fix the negatives in black culture, or is it just too much?
Uh,
I don't think
What
I got a couple examples.
what
Like a
pers-
video and a go ahead.
What perspective? Because there's a lot of things in black diaspora, like sub-black cultures, that nobody cares about. And if we're talking about a mainstream portrayal of black culture, it's extreme to get eyes on it. I really don't know a whole lot of black people acting the way they say we act on TikTok. That's all I'm saying.
You spitting. You are.
Uh, in my personal opinion, as much as I would like to change the perception of just how we're portrayed in multimedia or culture, if you will, um, in the world of media, we taught this negativity and just being a buffoon and acting, showing your ass or whatever. That sells. That's entertaining. Whereas a person that's being a good Samaritan and a good upstanding citizen, a smart individual, intellectual, that's looked at or deemed as boring. So therefore, it will not sell. Therefore, people, the mass majority, will not accept that. So as much as I would love to change that perception, it's too boring. They assume that if you're intellectual, you're boring, or if you're this or you're that, you're boring. But it's like, nah, you can be a little bit of both. You can be a healthy medium. You can have fun when you gotta have fun. There's a time and place to be whatever. Like you can be funny when you gotta be funny, goofy, or whatever. But it's the fact that they portray us as loud and just ignorant, and I hate that. That irritates my soul because it's like we're so much more than that. We're
Mm.
just
I
like
feel
everybody
like that's
else.
cultural stereotyping. I don't feel like that's like
But stereotypes rule the world. Let's think. Let's talk about it.
It's kind
Everybody
of
assumes a
like
I
stereotype.
agree. But intelligent people have always been like there are charismatic, intelligent people that have like always been celebrated because they can articulate themselves well. I don't think it's as simple as that. I think the stereotypes of black people and a loud minority shapes how people feel. I think people are out there saying, "Oh, I wish there were some more intelligent voices in black culture," and there are. It's just there's a very loud minority that gets clicks because it's extreme. It's fun to look at.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's entertaining. It sells.
But I don't think it's that the opposite is necessarily uninteresting. I just don't think it's sold in a way that's
Market.
entertaining. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Exactly.
I
How
feel
would,
that.
so how would y'all sell it? How would y'all sell the positives instead of the negatives?
Wait, what was your question, Cam? Can you ask it again?
Since negativity sells, how do you sell the positive to make the positive image of black people look cool to
it's
everybody else?
hard to do that because your whole life you've been taught to be positive. People normally invest themselves in things outside of what they've been taught to do because it's not their life. They're just watching it. We watch TV dramas all the time, like shows based on high school dramas. We know high school's never been that dramatized ever, but it's but we watch something because we know it's not real. So like people gravitate towards the stuff that isn't how they live. So it's hard to package
See,
positivity
I don't know
and
why, Shakim.
leave it. Huh?
No,
You
go
said
ahead. I
what?
want you to finish.
No, I was gonna say it's
I
hard
wanted
to
you to
package
finish.
that positivity for the mass majority to sit down and actually watch it because for the mass majority, it's not anything different than what they've already been told to do in their lives. So it's like I don't want to watch a TV show that's just the image of what I do on a daily basis. Like I want to watch something that's like hella shit going on that don't really happen in real because that's what keeps somebody entertained and interested in some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to push that. I think it should be pushed, but it's just hard to compete when it's like, yeah, she doing this thing that I wouldn't do. But she doing it, so you go do that, and we're gonna watch you do that because we're not gonna do that. So it's easier for somebody to say, I'm gonna feed into you doing that, even though I'm not gonna do it, but somebody doing that positive, and you already aligned with positivity. So it's like because it's like the same what I say like pretty good like that and you're sometimes we glorify that stuff because their whole lives they've been on that positive in the suburbs, doing whatever it is we think positivity they should do. Now they wanna listen to all this listen to all this negativity and stuff and glorify it. And I never understood why it's glorified. Like you said, that's what sell. And it's easy to sell because most people not actually doing it. So it's like a fiction for some people. Like, fiction, books is fiction probably sell more than that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sometimes like they manufacture in a way to make you relate to it versus the reality of what you should be doing is boring. If that makes sense.
I don't know how you engage. See, this is the issue. Black poverty and black negative culture is considered black, but there are black mainstream cultures that are considered positive that they wouldn't call black, they would call American. So the issue is people claim black positive culture as well, they're American. So it's American culture, it's pop culture. But then anything associated with black poverty, that that's inherently black. So that's the issue. We're fighting against a stereotype. Like we didn't make it that way. Anything good that black people do is hey, everybody doing it. We all doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So
We
we
all can
could fight it, or
relate to that.
we could fight that stereotype of the people that have come up from that and have that notoriety push that,
I
but
agree.
that ain't people say, oh, we need to push this and push that, but it's never publicized by the vast majority. Like you would know, like you would hear about something about that sexy red girl making that song before you hear about some high school kid getting a 36 on a ACT. You know what I'm saying? You would hear my booty hole brown outside with my round. You'll hear that before you hear somebody got like $100,000 worth of scholarship for like a bunch of different schools. Like, you know
One's
what I'm saying?
entertainment. I get what you're saying, but one's entertainment. I'm just saying there's accepted universal entertainment. Like y'all name people who they say transcended black. Like people say Michael Jackson transcended black. They will not let us claim Michael Jackson as black culture. They call him the king of pop. So that's the inherent issue is that any black person that breaks the stereotype of black poverty, you have transcended black.
He's spitting solo. So pretty much like what slavery killed it for us because it always looks like we're poor since slavery.
Absolutely, I
Exactly.
agree. Because before that, we had riches, bro. 100%. 100% blame on
It's I don't even like to mysticize it. It's just people don't want to claim things they consider negative. And the worst thing you could probably be in America is black and poor. So they're like, oh, that's that black people stuff. We don't claim that. Kanye West transcended black. Well, Kanye before all the drama and all that. But you see what I'm saying? Like there, there's these characters. Beyonce transcended black. Like there's these
it. Yeah,
characters that like black. What is black culture if we can't claim black highlights? You see what I'm saying?
I want to kind of add on that. I'm sorry to cut you off because I'm gonna forget it. My thing is with that, I feel like there is a possibility we could change that if we accept the highlights of being black rather than the negative. But we all know somebody or know those people who just will not change their mindset. They're stuck in that, oh, you're not black if you do this. They're stuck in that mindset. They won't elevate. And I think that's the biggest problem, not only with people that's not black, people in the black community have a problem with elevating their minds too. I've met it, I've seen it. They just stay in one way of thinking and they don't grow. So that also doesn't help with us trying to get out of that stereotype. I feel like if we can't get the help from our own backyard, from our own household, how the hell are we going to even grow outside of the stereotype that's been cast upon us from the whole entire city, the whole neighborhood, the whole world? We can't do that if we don't even have our own help in our own backyard. I know black people who will see somebody doing good. He's doing great. He's elevating from poverty, as you put it, and they'll clown him. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you a lame ass nigga." Like you one instigate away from being labeled as someone who's not black. Period. So I feel like it don't even help when we have other people that's still stuck in that mindset as well. It's a problem all over, in my opinion.
I see what
I
y'all
feel,
saying because I got a prime example of that. Like, when it comes to how we speak, you got proper English,
Mm,
you got our vernacular we may speak sometimes too. Like, in high school, I remember somebody would just speak proper English. Talk so white, bro. You know what I'm saying? You hear that, and it's like, you know what I mean? That's not a white thing. Like, why is that categorized as white? It's just proper. And that's
I
like
feel
that
like
mindset.
that's us
I
falling
think
into the trap. My bad.
absolutely, we fall in the trap every time.
I'm talking
all
about
the
the
time.
people who elevate. I feel like there's an insecurity in people who elevate out of black poverty that I will never be accepted by black poverty. But there's plenty of cultures out there that have already been trying to change the perspective on that, but it's not associated with blackness. Like black college, HBCUs, the party circuit, Orange Crush, all of that is one of the most organized forms of culture out there. But it's one, most people don't know about it, or two, it's not inherently associated with blackness until it gets negative. That's what I'm saying. It's not even all the way black poverty's fault. Like any culture that grows or disassociates with black poverty immediately gets accepted into the whole and appropriated. So it's like it's almost not even fair because it's like they can't even find a culture outside of black poverty. So we're saying black poverty can't elevate, but they're probably insecure being in black poverty. And then once you get out of it, oh well, that's not black culture. That or that's not yeah,
That's
that's
just
not black culture.
American
That's
culture.
American
That's
culture.
success. That's yeah. I get what you're
Exactly. You're following the mold, American dream. Even though there are cultures outside of black poverty that we don't get the claim. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's just American. Bro, look at Twitch, bro. Look at the pattern of how like black
Got feedback.
children talk and like middle. You said what?
Got feedback.
Okay.
Might be right about that bad
All right,
chord.
I'm good.
Nah,
Out here,
I'm good.
yeah.
yeah.
All right. When we look at how black kids talk in middle school and high school, a lot of that became the talk. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's very simple vernacular, but that gets claimed and assimilated into American culture. Drip and no cap and shit like that gets assimilated into American culture. Now all of a sudden it's not black no more. You see what I'm saying? Getting sturdy is not a New York thing no more. They're getting sturdy in the suburbs of Oklahoma. You feel me?
Okay. I think I know where you're going. Like I caught it. I kind of like thinking like Dr. Umar, like ownership. We pretty much got to claim all our shit.
saying. I agree.
Yeah.
So like with the Twitch culture, like get sturdy. New York black people, we claim get sturdy. You know, drip. Ohio niggas, we claim drip, even though it didn't come from Ohio. Shit like that, where it's just we claim all our shit, and so we pretty much this is black culture, our own shit.
My issue with that is that are people not allowed to interact with it because I don't think the issue with appropriation is there's no context. The history is not given to it. Like people watch anime knowing and celebrating that it's Japanese.
Right.
Like people don't interact with black culture and be like, well, this came from black people, so we got to know the history. And all that. Most people don't even care. So I think that's the issue. I don't have a problem with people assimilating and doing it. It's just, well, no, that didn't come from black people. That came from Twitch. Like,
Mm,
see what I'm saying?
I
yeah.
feel like it should be
We
a
don't
little
get the
bit more
benefit of
enforced.
context.
I feel
Right.
like the context should be a little bit enforced. I when you learn about it and you just hear somebody say some shit and you catch somebody that's not of that particular origin or where it came from, I feel like we just need to start questioning. Like, hey, do you even know what that mean? Like, more people are so ignorant to the fact. It's kind of like if you just out of the blue do a cover to a song or something, you do not acknowledge the original artist. Same thing when they assimilate or take anything from any of our cultures. We need to be more willing to be ready to be like, yo, if you gonna say that, understand where it comes from. Don't just say it. Like we need to be more enforceful of that. And I feel like people are not willing to do that. They're not. It's not gonna happen.
You think we could just? How do we force that? Because
That's
that's
what I was
just
To
gonna say. That's not gonna
oh,
get us nowhere.
I mean,
Like,
what is? Honestly, let's talk about it. What
that's
is?
a good question. That's a good question. Because the
We've
thing is,
tried everything else.
Let's start somewhere.
I ain't
when
got an
you
answer.
put other faces on it, it immediately does more numbers. Like the example I use all the time is like uh 90s groups. 90s male R&B groups started boy bands. But when you listen to New Edition, Boys the Men, TLC, that's cool. But once NSYNC does it, it's out of here, bro. So like, who cares? It's like I'm gonna go to the thing with the most numbers. Like
Yeah, as long as
the
somebody
most
in
numbers
the
are gonna
most
get the most
numbers
strength.
says, "Yo, we can give them credit, but we need to understand where this originated from." We need people that's be like, "Nah, bro, fuck all that. It came from here." And if people want to say, "Oh, y'all always trying to own shit," no, it's our thing. Y'all took it. Y'all
I don't
took
know
it
what
like
the
y'all took
problem is.
everything else.
I mean, even if we do enforce it, we'll just be end up getting into just more arguments with ignorant people.
I
Like
mean,
Facts.
Mhm.
because like I've been on the receipt on like the giving end of like, hey, if you gonna do this, just understand where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I'm hearing you don't know what you're talking about. Where's your evidence? I'm like, bro, come on. Like, what are we talking about here?
well, that's
Then
the
I,
number one problem. I agree.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, even if we do like put information on them, you know what I'm saying? They may not still not going. They just may not care where it comes from. They still just gonna say it regardless, or do it, or everything else maybe.
And I missed the capitalism episode, but I watched it. We don't have a lot of control over capitalism.
I,
So to mass produce a lot of this stuff, we got to take the American white bag. You know what I'm saying? So that automatically changed it. Like, okay, y'all created it, but we own it.
I mean, look, I mean the thing about it, I mean that is true. You know what I'm saying? We have to face the fact because Dr. Umar tried to, build his school with the help and support of the black community. And he felt like he hardly got no help from the black community. So he had to stretch his hand to the white people money in order to get, what he needed. As much as he didn't want to do it, but that's the result he had to go to. Especially if he made a timeline and a goal for himself. He, I guess, in his words, he had to use the white money in order to get what he needed.
right. And I want to kind of piggyback on what you just said because that kind of ties back to the whole backyard analogy I was making. I feel like our biggest problem is a combination of ignorance and lack of support from our own people. That's problematic, very problematic. Not saying that everybody don't support everybody. There's some people out there that support small business, whatever the case may be. But as a vast majority, we have too much ignorance, whether it's our people or other people who views us, and we don't have enough support. So to answer your question, Cam, as to what we can do to fix it, honestly, until we fix those two big ass variables that stands in our way, there is nothing we can do to fix it. We just have to live in it.
I'm worried that's because of limited resources. I'm worried that's because of that.
Absolutely.
But the issue is all that does is resegregate us. To grow culture, you have to assimilate it to other people. So if it's only black dollar and we only sell to people and we only assimilate with black people, that doesn't grow the culture. That just kind of strengthens the culture within us. The problem is that still doesn't give us the benefit of context. That still doesn't make people care about it's just the culture, but the people who forward the culture, that's who benefits us. That's who contributes to us. When you can just mass produce it. That's why the little TikTok, the girls that be on TikTok went on strike because they were, they were coming up with all the dances to the popular trap records, and then 14 million TikTok star would do it, and then they don't have no reason to give them credit. To them, it's just it's it's American culture. So
They can see our
Trademark.
influence.
We're gonna have to put them to sleep
Trademark.
in order to take back the neighborhood. Some of y'all don't want to hear
It's
that.
Trademark.
Y'all like,
God damn it. Trademark.
So I'm just saying, if they only give us a limited number of resources, how do we grow that resources if we only work with that limited number of resources?
I mean, like you said to yourself, to make the culture stronger, you got to do it from within, right? Whether you try to, that's been done in history before in multiple instances.
Actually
And
have.
what's always happened is they see that and know who they is
Shut that shit down immediately
and cancel that shit right.
because they know it's gonna grow to a powerful state that they can't stop it. So they gonna shut it down while it's in its infancy. That's how it goes.
We got a state now where it's like, I'm gonna try to be what I'm, but if I'm gonna get to this bag with the opportunity that I got, to be American, I can't be just black. If I am gonna be just black, I'm still gonna be stereotyped. No matter how big I am, I'm gonna be like, oh, that black person, that da, 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 da. And that's gonna come with negative, like connotation with it. You know what I'm saying? Versus if you trying to just cross over completely, I mean that's gonna get you a bigger bag, but like you start to lose that aspect of blackness with it because of how they people in power gonna lay out that narrative. And so it ain't like all I'm saying is like the problem. It ain't nothing like I really don't have an answer for what we can do because I feel like it's been tried.
I have a question. I'm gonna let you cook solo. Well, go ahead, cook. I got a question. You can hear you.
I was just saying I agree.
Oh, okay. So like what if like with ownership, say you produce your own movie, you have your own entertainers, and you release it to the world, but you have that trademark. So those dollars have to come back to you, and then you just have to be disciplined enough to, recycle it through the black community. Is that essentially a way to essentially like resegregate and rebuild ourselves? Like you can have the entertainment industry, we just get all the money for it, and you just make sure it's within.
Go ahead.
It's not gonna boost the culture. It's not gonna boost the American culture, but it's like, hey, we get our share, and if y'all want us, you have to come to the table with something.
If that was to work, the head of that organization that trademarks it and say all the money is going to us, y'all can have everything else. Only problem with that, they have to be strong willed. What do I mean by that? Essentially, they can't be influenced or tempted to accept more money from different people that can eventually take ownership. Because at the end of the day, if I was to do that, If I'm trademarking everything, like, nah, I'm recycling the dollars, do our people and our people only. Well, what do I say when someone outside our people comes in like, hey, I'll offer you X amount of dollars. That's way more money than you've been making circling it in your organization. That's when a person can either A, be like, hey, I'm cool. This is between us. This is our thing. Or B, that's more money. I can feed my family. I can do anything with that money. I can stop doing this. I can stop working. 9 times out of 10, people are going to choose greed. That's just how it's gonna happen. So I feel like trying to do that is going to be futile because at the end of the day, you're gonna take the more money. A lot of people are. It's just the capitalism world we live in.
I think
That's
there's a bigger problem than that. The bigger
yeah,
problem than that is that everybody benefits. A good entry level is black consumers. Target black poverty and black ignorance. So what problem does it solve if you're like, all right, I'm gonna market to the rest of the world, but the way I get in the door is I'm gonna catch a bag off of black consumers and black ignorance. That's my issue with it, is that if you're it doesn't help us if there's another black billionaire who got the billion off of exploiting black people.
I
Because
think
now
you're
you just
100%
giving
right.
their money back.
Yeah,
That's the problem. So like, but we don't have a lot of ways to get into the door. We're like, well, you got the community, you got the black community, sell to them, and then when you get your numbers up, we got you. Well, that's a problem because now we got to eat off the people we trying to deal with.
Safe.
And then once we become the top guy, now we get to assimilating their culture. Well, that's how they take us out. Now that's what Jamil say has happened. You eat off of black people, then you become a different tax bracket. And then like, they don't even want you for real. It's crabs in the barrel. Like crabs in the barrel work both ways. It's not even just you don't want to see others succeed. There's also a lot of people who are like, yo, I'm gonna make a bag off of exploiting the rest of y'all. And that doesn't solve anything. Like,
Yeah.
you're rich while everybody else got poor.
And that's another thing too. I feel like with that mentality, like I'm gonna exploit you because I care about my circles. I care about my people. I don't care about all people. I care about my people. And it's like on one side, I understand you gotta feed yourself. You gotta feed the people you love. But we have lost. I feel like I'm not gonna say we, because I don't like talking to absolutes. I'm gonna say majority of people have lost that element of trying to help the fellow man. We don't care about people that we don't know. Normally, we don't. Some people out there, they might do. They might be that loving person, but most of the time, that person is not a rich person that has that type of heart. Or most of the time, they're portraying that persona as a rich person, but deep down, they really don't care. They're still exploiting people on the low. Like I feel like it's extremely difficult to get riches and have money without exploiting somebody. That's just the capitalistic world we live in.
Agree. And black people don't get a lot of opportunities to exploit anybody but black people.
Absolutely.
Huh? Got another question for y'all before I play a video. We're gonna get into gang culture and then we're gonna get into music as well. So then going off that, what makes us different than the whites and the Asians? If I mean, I know there's poor white people, there's poor Asian people. I'm sure there's whites that exploit whites. Is it just like what's the major difference?
major
They
difference
Systemic state racism, in my opinion.
was systemic
Uh,
racism, the slavery in this country that we never received any form of preparation to recoup from to like
that's not what I'm asking.
that we are. So then
Because
that's the difference
difference is
though.
they can exploit us. Yes, it's the same in that the rich in any race exploits the poor of their race, but you can always go to the black consumer. You talked about, you said ignorance and what? What were the two things you said with black people?
Lack of support.
All right, because of ignorance and lack of support, you're not gonna go to the local blacks for capitalism. You're gonna go to other markets. That gives them every type. The difference is, I'm gonna make it real simple. You can go into the hood, buy an apartment building, and put all black people in there, make it shitty, level up off of that, and then go market to another market. We can't go into any white culture and exploit their poor people. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's kind of like think of gentrification, bro. You're not about to go to a suburban area and do the opposite and make it into the hood. People, taxpayers, and they not going for that. Like, no.
So what's the reason behind
Yeah,
that?
this is a little conspiracy brain, but it'd be hard to go into a trailer park and do that.
You feel me?
But what's the reason behind that? Like why? Is my
What, the
question. Like,
gentrification?
I know the what, but like, what's
So
y'all explanation for the reason why behind that?
That's
If it
crazy.
doesn't go back to, if it doesn't go back to us being enslaved for however X many years and still haven't gotten any sort of systematic gain, any financial gain, what else does that go back to besides that?
It goes to exactly what you said.
That's
Systemic.
what I'm saying. Like all that roots back to that same answer we're gonna keep going back to. So I'm saying that is the problem that we never will escape because we are where we was. The people in power will never let us be greater than that. Because why would they?
Agree.
You know? So it's either sell yourself out to get the money that you want, like Mill was saying, do I sell out and make more money or do I stick with my people and stay within my culture where I know money ain't flowing as much, but at least my people, I'm doing better for that. But, you know,
Agreed, man.
It's a larger market too. Let's talk numbers. We are a minority in this country by a mile. So like
yeah,
there's not enough resources for all of us to eat like that just off of us. It's not enough. We weren't given enough resource. Whether we were given it, taking it, or we didn't earn it. Whatever anybody wants to say. We don't have enough resources that everybody eat off of each other like that. And that's how crabs in a barrel happens. And that's how we lie to each other. And then somebody wants to come in and exploit black people. And now it's like, well, y'all don't need that money anyway. Y'all don't know what to do with it. So give me your money. And I'll represent y'all. That's how all this hate, vitriol, shit.
I'm spitting, bro. Y'all unpacking the fuck out this shit, bro. Well, there's always, with black culture, they do represent us as gang culture as well. So I'm gonna play a Long Beach Griffy video. Shout out to Long Beach. That
Shout out.
I'm sure y'all seen this video. I don't know if y'all seen it in the chat, but when your ops are actually cool people, just listen to this video. I think it's hilarious, but it's also very important as well.
Hey, cuz, where's you from, my nigga? Nigga, I'm from Skyscraper Boulevard. Nigga, what's crack? Nigga, this what's good, nigga. Talk your shit now. Nigga, Skyscraper K. Nigga, fuck Stilts. Nigga, all your dead homies dressed in pics. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Hold on, cuz. Is that a chopper tattoo, cuz? Oh, hell yeah, cuz. I got this motherfucker, after the Thriller Bark arc, cuz, on hood. Cuz. Oh, that motherfucker hard, cuz. I was gonna give me something like that too on hood, cuz, but I spent all my money on food, my nigga. Cuz, that chicken tiki masala add up. Cuz, I eat that shit every motherfucking day, cuz. Where you go? Don't say it. Don't say it. Nah, don't say it. Nah, you know what they say, my nigga. Niggas with one piece tattoos that eat chicken tiki masala at the same Indian food spot stay with bitches on their dick and never lose that uno. I say that shit every fucking time. Hey, hella cool, my nigga. You are real, my nigga. Like, what? Why do we bang, cuz? Bruh. We kill each other over street corners that we don't even own, cuz. Like, when you really think about it, that's just so brainless, my nigga. Like, cuz. I was just saying that, my nigga. Cuz. What if we just, like, all got together on some real crip shit and just opened up a dialogue, cuz? Like, oh, cuz, it should be like an app on your phone where hood niggas could like meet and mingle and get to know each other and shit, cuz. Like, pause, Tinder for hood niggas. Ooh, cuz, call it Cinder. And since I'm all hood inclusive for my blood niggas, call it Bender. And the essays could just stay on Tinder. Oh, that could work. Oh, and I know a nigga that be on that Shark Tank shit. You know investors, cuz? Nah, he just be watching that shit for real, cuz he love it. Damn. But yeah, my nigga, gang banging is really just community racism. Yes, cuz killing each other over colors. Colors, cuz. You killing fathers, brothers, homies, cuz. Like, over colors and street corners. Cuz, we so fucking silly, cuz. Stupid. We kill our own people more than the cops, but never hold ourselves accountable. Ever. Exactly. But hey, bro, you a cool ass nigga, man. You too, brother. Thanks, my nigga. Hey, bro, I was thinking maybe something. This is a Long Beach Griffey video.
Shout out to Long Beach, man.
Hey,
Bruh, this shit had me dying. But he brings up great fucking points, bruh. So, gang culture, man.
Mm, overrated in my opinion.
I don't
I
know.
never. Oh, go ahead. I
I
never
don't know.
understood it. I never understood it,
I'm
bro.
gonna be real with you. Like mafia has more. Like, bro, I like
I'm in tears, bruh.
because if you want to really get into the gang culture, like, isn't it like an offshoot or some shit? I forget.
You said what?
Isn't it like an offshoot of something like a bigger fucking group or some shit? I can't remember. I feel like it is like
There's
just gang
bigger
code.
groups within gang culture, but
Yeah,
gang culture is pure like animalistic warfare. They don't even think that hard. First of all, we got to talk about child exploitation. Most kids start gangbanging like 14. That's a
facts.
problem. And then
Very
the second
problematic.
part too, they they don't believe they're gonna make it to 21, and the only thing they're thinking is, you shot my brother, so I gotta kill one of your people. Think about how crazy that is. You're
Right?
not killing the nigga that shot your brother. You killing anybody from that side, because
That
that's how
affiliate.
exactly, because that's how sad your side is. That there is no organization or thought to it. It's just a lot of angry, sad people. And a lot of these kids now are born into it. And then you got to see your high school. You know how niggas love their friends in high school. You got to see your 15-year-old best friend get shot in the face. And you going to be like, hey, bro, I don't even care, bro. I ain't going to make it to 22. So fuck it. We just going to go over there and shoot anybody. We're going to go to the UDF with the gun out. And we shooting anybody, bro. It don't matter. That's the problem, bro. It's just a
And
lot of
I was about to say I hate that even in culture, even in media or whatever, some people glorify that shit. We be like, damn, that shit hard. Like I wanna be like not knowing what really goes into that lifestyle. Like
oh, this is another thing with blackness. Black people aren't looked at like people. We're looked at like characters. So
mhm,
the issue is they don't want their hood to look like O Block, but they look at O Block like the Avengers. They don't care about their lives of these kids. They care about they killed two last week, bro. Did you see that, bro? I can't wait till the next episode. That's the bad part about it. They not them kids is not looked at like people. They looked at like avatars, and avatars sell, bro. They be looking at Chicago like the Avengers, bro.
Well, entertainment somehow.
That's weird ass entertainment, bro.
Black murder is entertainment, bro.
and I think too, in my opinion, like when people consume that type of media without the knowledge of knowing like, no, this is wrong. This is not okay. Like I feel like, for example, you can go to music. If any of us listen to some hard drill shit, whatever, we like that shit. We bump it because like it's good beat, good music, whatever. But we don't take that shit verbatim. We don't be like, we know in our mind like, no, this is not okay. But we listen to the shit. There are people out there that will literally listen to those same songs and do not have that mental note telling them like, no, this is not okay, and they'll take that verbatim. They'll be like, yeah, bro, that shit hard. I want to be like that. Like, and that's a lack of people educating them. and let them know, like, nah, bro, there's a distinct difference. You're taking a life. That's fucking big deal.
Who?
Ja Morant. Let me stop.
Who? Now, if you're talking about suburban kids that appropriate the life, I get it. But the people in it fall into that trap of like pain and edginess. You know,
Yeah,
it's like, bro, what else am I supposed to do? Like, they killed on our side, so I'm justified in being a killer. Bruh, miss me with all of that hopeful, let's put the guns down shit. I'm angry and sad, so I'm gonna go get my lick back. I'm justified in all of this. I had no other choice. That is a real trap that people fall in. So if you want to talk
absolutely.
about suburban kids that appropriate it, I'm with you. The people in it, some people are sad, angry, and poor.
I agree.
True. Welcome, Trent.
No, Danielle. Hey, Danielle's off. Who is that? Oh,
Trent. Welcome, Trent.
Let's go pope with me.
whose phone you using, bro?
Trent was like Kendrick earlier.
I said, whose phone you using?
Mine.
Title on it. It's weird. I ain't gonna.
Trent,
I ain't hear what this nigga said.
Man, how you feeling, bro? You straight after everything going on, like past couple, this past
Yeah,
week?
how you doing, bro?
Straight?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing. I appreciate y'all, but I'm good. I'm
I
mad
was
at
about
the
to say,
other
like,
nigga.
when you say all right, like, what are you talking about?
Nah, this bitch ass nigga Perry, Sean, and Jamil didn't come
Uh,
outside to say hi to me.
hold the fuck up. Yeah, hold the fuck up. I got a great reason as to why I didn't do that.
No, you don't.
I thought you were coming inside. I didn't know you couldn't get in.
So Kev didn't communicate that to y'all.
No.
I tried, bro.
No, he did not.
I tried,
So
bro.
Kev, so Kim, you said 5K. That's 10K.
this
Man,
3K for Kendrick.
I tried,
3K.
man. But I was in his ear saying, Trent's outside and he has on a do-rag and joggers so he can't come in. But he's outside if you want to say what's up to him. But
I
I
heard that.
legit told them,
I heard Trent
Cam,
outside.
Cam heard me. And I spoke with Cam and Cam came outside. I said the same exact thing to the rest of them. And I thought they heard me. They took their head. I'm like, okay, they heard me and I ain't going nowhere. I guess
Shoot,
they ain't gonna
Lexi
It's
come.
like
came out to say hi.
when you said that, I'm like, all right, you coming in, but I ain't know like he couldn't come in. I'm like, oh shit.
I said he had on joggers, man.
Ah, okay, I've seen people go in there with joggers. Like, I was like, oh, I thought he'd come in.
Nah,
So that's still my fault.
Nah, they don't
Not
mess
your
with
fault.
niggas.
I mean, if you wanna call it that, but we going back to the podcast. It's up to you.
anyway, Trent, we talking about black culture and shit. So
Oh,
I showed a video Long Beach about gang culture. So we're trying to break down gang culture.
so you're gonna ask your resident ex gang member?
Are you a resident ex gang member?
I am.
Can you give us an insight of that life
Not without um, incriminating myself in certain actions.
without incriminating yourself?
Um, okay, what would you like to know? Like in particular, what with black culture and gang culture?
This ain't Vlad TV. We ain't gonna expose it, bro.
But once we become famous, someone's gonna dig this out the trenches and bring it up again. Hello,
Hey,
Hold on,
solo, bro.
hold on.
Solo. Yo, Mike is miking, bro.
It's that faulty wire. You just won't
Our,
believe me, bro.
Mike B.
I apologize to our Brazilian listeners. You know what I mean? I apologize to y'all.
Facts.
Brazilian.
Shout out to Brazil. That shit was crazy.
Shout out to our Brazilian listeners. We love you.
Anyway,
I just discovered some of y'all Brazilian funk. That shit turned. My fault. I'm sorry. But what exactly do you want me to like elaborate on or provide context and insight on?
kind of like the mindset. I know it's like you don't have much to work with and you just trying to survive, but it's just like just that, just that pretty much being there and having every day.
Well, see, my family is like a long standing members of that gang from when they originally started with the Black Panther splintering and stuff. Like they've been in that lifestyle for that long. So when a lot of them join, it's just because that's what family did. But for like some of my other niggas and people that I know, a lot of them join, like you said, for money and to take care of their family. There was no other choice. Like I know a lot of people say, well, here's the choice to say no. And sometimes it is. But if you ain't like a Venus or Serena or a LeBron level talent where like the hood is just like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep you out of that. A lot of times there's no choice. You need protection or people are just gonna harass you and mess with you no matter what. And that's just the way it is. And it's better to have some people with you on your side that'll help you out and back you up and take care of your family too, than just be out here all alone trying to do it by yourself versus the world. Like it's almost like a brothership, like a brother family, like you know what I mean? It's like a partnership. Like you just become one with a group of people like minded that's like trying to make it out. Now, do people make it out? No, that's why it's called the trap. It's a it's a vicious cycle. Some people do, some people don't. But it's really just coming from a place of like protection and having no other choice but to do that, or your life would be a living hell. That's really at a base level. Now I won't say nowadays life has gotten a lot easier and a lot more accessible. So I know these new kids coming up, a lot of them doing it just because it's lit, it's fun, it's the cool thing to do. It's what everyone raps about. And I hate blaming rap music, but that's what it is. Everybody wants to be Young Boy. Everyone wants to be Dirk, Vaughn. They make it cool, but Dirk and Vaughn would tell you, well, not Vaughn, but Dirk and them and Herbo and them would tell you straight up, shit ain't fun. That ain't the life you want to live. Like nobody wants to be in the trap, but a lot of these kids think that's the way it is. So I can't really speak on them, but I can speak on from people who had to do it and got and finished and left the game, and that's as far as it goes. That it was a means to an end, really, because no one else was going to help you.
Huh?
That's like the realest after school John Singleton explanation I can give you.
Go ahead, Tola.
I don't think these suburban kids are lying in perpetual. And I don't think Dirk and King Von are motivating you to kill somebody. You're already think about it. You already not safe in your own space, and then you pop the perk and throw the King Von on, and that's what makes you do it. But nobody, no kid in the hood right now is sitting there reading his biology textbook, listening to King Von, being like, you know what? I could kill people today. It's just, it's not happening, bro. These kids.
I I completely disagree.
Okay.
I completely. I think a lot of them, not everyone, like a lot of them are thinking the way you're saying, like purely not on that. But I think a lot of them think it's fun, it's cool, catch a couple bodies, like that's what you're supposed to do to make it. And I can tell
I
you that from firsthand, like um experience. I'm not going to talk about their lives, but I know young people who have never been exposed to that, and that's what they think is the path. I got to get a body. I got to get some tattoos. I got to sell some drugs. I got to do this and that third. Like that's their life. Like, that's what they're like. Fuck school. I don't want to do school. I want to be a rapper. I want to be money, get money. So I'm gonna kill some niggas to get a name, get clout. Like that dude who just went viral for talking about wire fraud and how to do it.
That was crazy.
He had no reason to make a song about it, but he made a whole song about it just to get viral, like just to get money. Like that's the whole like mindset. Now, I don't think like people's. I don't think I want to say rap makes people want to do it. I think it makes people want to imitate that lifestyle. I do believe that. Like they glamorize it and not show the realness of it. They think it's really fun and games. A lot of people have a lot of lunonarrative dissonance. Let me use a big ass writing word, but like they have a lot of. They don't. It doesn't to them. It doesn't connect because they don't see it. They don't experience it firsthand. Like a lot of people just don't. I live in the hood now, and it's a violent hood, but it's not. You don't see a lot of violence anymore. Like it's a lot of stuff that used to happen, but a lot of kids growing up has never seen a dead body. They've heard about it, but they ain't never seen no dead body lay out in the street for 10, 20 minutes or an hour or 2 days because the police won't come. But they hear about it and they're like, that'd be kind of lit to do.
Scary world, bro. If you really experience it.
Whistle.
Like
You said what?
Still was about
I don't think we're dressing the nuance in it. Like I agree with you only in the sense they haven't been given another alternative. We rob these kids of their confidence. And then we tell them, all right, now we know you're at the bottom, but do it the hard way. Work at McDonald's until you study 90 hours a day and get your way into Harvard. If we don't teach these kids how to get their confidence back, like if they could feel respected, feel safe, and get the woman that they want, they would not jump to killing people. They just believe that is the only way that in the shortest amount of time that I can get, feel the safest, feel the most secure, and get the women that I want. I gotta go shoot somebody like young boy, and I can feel like a man.
It's a good point. So also with that, do you have to be hard? Like you can't be soft. You can't be, I like to study. I like to go to school. It's like, nah, you got to be hard to survive over there. Like, why do I have to?
Absolutely.
Mm, See that I don't know if that's a culture thing, like particularly to black culture, because the white kids do it to their other white kids. I think that is more of just a fundamental people's belief that being tough is the only way to survive in this world, which you do have to be tough skinned to live in this world, which is why we grew up with how a lot of people super sensitive and soft and people get precipitate. I can't even say that word. The word people get awards for not doing that much work. You know what I mean? People that lose still get awards,
Yeah,
and a lot of people and a lot of people. That's the world that people are trying to create now. But I think they just take it too far in their path. You know what I mean? Or they go too hard to trying to teach them the tough spot, and it goes away from trying to help to become a straight toxic masculinity or toxic in general. Like it's not. It goes from helping to just making things worse. That's my thought.
I think it goes back to what we talked about last week and being a man and being masculine. And they're taught, like Trent said, to be tough and not express their emotions. And then they're given that fear of, and based on what Trent said, that fear is not even real all the time. But it doesn't matter if it's actually real. If you feel afraid, you're going to act desperate. So we're teaching these kids, you're going to get bullied, you're going to get beat on, and you might get shot if you let them emotions out. So what do them kids be saying? I swallowed my emotions and I became a demon. Like, it's so dramatic, bro. But that's how they legitimately feel. Like, oh, I'm not gonna make it if I don't, you know, harden up and start letting these emotions out. Now they're talking about they can't fall in love, things like
Facts.
That's real.
I got one more. We're gonna talk about uh ratchetness. And we don't have any women, but you know, would you say ratchet women or ratchetness is a part of black culture?
No,
No?
I, I don't. I wouldn't say it's indicative of black culture. I think that it basically they took something that was normally just as a form of expression of how we acted or had a good time or enjoyed ourselves, and it mutated. I feel like it mutated all on its own to being something different. Like I don't think it's exactly a part of it. I just think it took a mind of its own, truly.
Excellent.
And it got like distorted to what it was, because what people call ratchet a lot of times is just black people having a good time. But then I think that it got a negative connotation on part of it, and it mutated, and then ratchetness became toxicity, anger, and things like that. Because they used to call people ratchet back in like the '60s and '70s, and now it's just black people having a good time, enjoying themselves. It wasn't them being ignorant, not and causing chaos in the streets or anything like that, or embarrassing themselves. It was just black people being normal, and I think over time it mutated into something else.
I have an
I don't
example.
think. Hmm?
I have an example. So I don't know if you've seen this Sukihana shit, but she was in London and she was just, this video has no sound. They took the sound off. Pretty much she
I think I've seen it. I think I've seen this video.
was pretty much walking around saying she'll eat a nigga ass, and she's just walking around just saying some wild shit like that. But I mean, would y'all say that's ratchet? Just walking around, just being wild, just
But
No,
what is it called when white people do the same thing?
What?
What's the difference? Because white people say the same. White people will do the same thing. White people have slut walks, or if you watch Pride, or for example, a lot of them are white people with their penis out and just doing and saying wild things. Like, what's the difference? Like, how is that? Is that considered ratchet, or is that or they said it's just them enjoying themselves? It's the same way how a team of white people can wreck a city as a result of a team winning, and black people can have a block
it's a
party and just
riot.
have a whole bunch of fireworks go off. Literally, no one get hurt, just fireworks, and they call it a riot, like Jamil says.
Yeah.
When one is actually causing property damage and hurting people, another one's just a bunch of people agreeing together to have a good time.
I have to agree with Trent. I would say when white people are doing crazy shit, to me, it's still ratchet, or not even just ratchet, just ignorant shit on both sides. But as a public perception, as Trent put it, us black people, even if we're not being ratchet and we're having a good time, they'll still loop us in that same category, which I think is problematic. I think everybody know like, bro, there's a time and place for everything, and when you going around saying I eat a nigga ass, just being all loud and shit, that's kind of wild, that's ignorant. And when a white person's doing some crazy shit, it's the same thing. But I think it's a problem when the public is like, oh yeah, that white person's just enjoying himself, but that black person's being ignorant is racism. I mean, it's fuck, it's fucked up, but that's how it's.
Like, if it was Adele running around in
Oh
London right
yeah,
now, she's
bro.
in London and said, I love eating ass or whatever. Now, she would never do that, but if she was doing it, do you think that it would have been even a hoopla to that level, or they would just think a hoopla, she's embracing her singleness, especially if she just got her heart broken?
I, in my personal opinion, I think it should be a hoopla, but I know it won't, because you and me both know why. Like, I know it won't. I think it should be like wrong. Just call a spade a spade. Wrong is wrong. Ignorant is ignorant, but it won't. Unfortunately,
I think it goes back to that black avatar thing. I think
yep.
black people are just looked at as larger than life. So like the white or any other race gets the benefit of
I'm sorry.
nuance.
I'm sorry.
Keep going, Soul, because you spitting. This is literally what you about to say.
Yeah, they're given like the benefit of nuance, but black people is Sukihana, bro. We just saw Sukihana get assaulted on camera, bro.
Fact.
Black people are looked at like action heroes, like characters. Like, oh, she's playing the ratchet character. That's why we want to see it. Nobody even wants to see other cultures act ratchet because they're not looked at like the Avengers. Black people are looked at like larger than life characters for everybody else's satisfaction and entertainment. That's why Sukihana getting assaulted on camera is a talking piece, and that's why her being ratchet in London. We talk about what she does and how she contributes to it. People are watching it because she is a black woman being quote unquote ratchet. So now it's entertaining.
I definitely coincide with that. Like, I can give you a piece of like anecdotal evidence, like something that happened to me personally. Like, y'all know I like to wear my do rag or whatever, especially when I get my hair done. It keeps my hair neat. It's just a part of who I am. When I first started at the job I was at now, I would wear it if we had like an event and we were in this like a important event. Before the event started, I would wear my do rag, like a lot of people do to keep their hair. Women wear bonnets or head wraps to keep their hair neat. And one of my white managers were like, "Can you take that off?" And I was like, "Why? I'm keeping my hair neat. Like, this is what I do." And she literally said, "No, you're just doing what all the kids do on TikTok, like like the rappers and stuff. Like, it's like you just trying to have that aesthetic." And I was like, no, culturally, this is what black people wear. Black men in particular keep our hair neat this way. I'm not wearing it to be a certain type of coolness. I'm wearing it to keep my hair neat. And it took her literally hearing it from other black people and looking online and literally learning what a do-rag really is for her to even realize it, because in her eyes, it's what 50 Cent wears. It's what rappers wear. It's not an actual piece of clothing used to maintain hair, which we think, what do you mean? Of course it is. But to them, like Sosa, it's like a piece of a uniform. It's part of a character. It's a costume. That's like just my adding on to what Solo was saying.
Yep.
All right. Well, those are our two topics. Let's talk about trap music.
Mm.
Get into it. Trap music, rap music, drill music. Is there an issue?
You mean like
Uh,
Message.
okay?
there is a hint of enabling in music. I would say now there has to be some form of consequences, not even consequences, but like a mission on a lot of our rap artists now, like kind of addressing it. I'd hate to say like they need to do a PSA for it, but I really, because like we grew up, we know rap, it's just storytelling, it's just expression, it's a way of expressing your art of the circumstances that you're in. It's a way to make money, feed your family. We know what that rap is. We know when 50 Cent and Pusha T are talking about selling bricks and all this stuff and having to kill somebody because of whatever. We know, solo that mic, brother.
Sorry, listen.
But we know what it means, like as a whole, like we know. And but I think this newer up and coming generation, I think it's so indoctrinated with the systems that they don't really disconnect it from it not being real. I just don't think they believe it.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean? Like I just don't. I think that a lot of rappers maybe nowadays need to be like, I hate this, like I said, hate saying be the PSA, but like this shit is not real. This is a lifestyle that I'm telling that I survived, or this is something that I'm expressing in my art and how it all happened. I think they might need to start doing. I hate that I say that they have to, but this generation really this newer upcoming really idolizes that is their lifestyle. You said it yourself, Cam. You had someone tell you that like being a stripper and OnlyFans in high school, that was the path they wanted at a young age. Like I don't know how many black women growing up listening to Nicki and all of them, and Lil Kim and them, that they thought, oh, being a hoe is what I want to be when I grow up. Like selling pussy, stripping, that's what I'm supposed to do. This is like a newer thing, like becoming a drug dealer. At least when I was in high school and middle school, selling drugs was a means to an end. You know what I mean? It was a means to an end. It was never like, oh no, I want to be a professional trapper. It was I'm gonna be I'm gonna do this for now. Like I'm gonna do this to make this money, and then I'm gonna move on from there. Like that's my 2 cents. Solo might have another nuanced take to it.
Not a whole lot. I'm with you. I think it's just I kind of agree with everything, but to add on to it, I think it's controversy culture. It's like one up the next guy. I think they're so disconnected from reality now. It's like, well, they reenacted the dead ops in the car. So now I'm gonna do a performance on top of the ops grave. They're not even thinking about people's lives and all of that. They're just wanting up each other for the culture. That's where it gets dangerous. I think that's where a lot of the problems lie. And one thing we haven't addressed is just how disrespectful it is. And that I'm gonna keep making this black character argument. Some Imagine that was your brother and you heard some of these songs,
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
bro.
Bruh.
They be talking crazy, bro.
I'm trying to tell you that the shit they be saying, and if you imagine that somebody close to you, it'll fuck around, turn you to a maniac in real life. Like you'll fuck around, get a gun, and just start shooting motherfuckers merely because of the disrespectful shit they say. And I feel
Facts.
like people don't consider that our words is our most powerful thing as a human being that we have. I don't care what nobody say. That whole saying, "Sticks and stones might break my bones, but words never hurt me," is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life, bro. Words are the most influential things we have as human beings. So when you don't consider what your words are doing to people when they listen to them, what your words can possibly influence them to do when everything in their life is a certain way, and like all the variables are adding up, and your words are just the last thing they need to hear to tip them over that side of sanity and insanity. They're gonna tip over and they're gonna be like, you know what, he's saying some real shit right now and I can relate to it. I'm about to fucking shoot somebody, when in reality the person wasn't even, he's just making a narrative, he's trying to get paid.
All right,
It's fucked
keep it
up.
going. Keep it going. Imagine going to Kroger and some little 8-year-old white girl is talking about killing your cousin, bro. That is gonna make you go insane,
You
bro.
feel me, bro? Like that's
Insane.
crazy to me. So that's why it's like, I mean, it's fucked up, bro. Like a lot of people just, I feel like, and to kind of add on to what Trent said, he said the up and coming generation are so disconnected. I don't feel like it's just a up and coming generation thing. It's a majority in that generation, sure. I feel like every generation had them dumb motherfuckers that really took this shit serious, 100%. And yes, I call them dumb motherfuckers. That's what they are, dumb, stupid.
The difference is now we got cameras, so the internet validates everything. It never
Absolutely,
goes away. You
absolutely.
can
Like
go and see somebody get shot on camera over and over again.
That's a good point, Jamil. I'm gonna let P and Kev and Dar jump in there, but and we really like up the ones that really did it though, like King Von. Like, oh my goodness, he was going to the moon if he didn't die. You know, someone else that's well, Gunna just snitched. I don't know if he snitched or not. Now his career's in shambles. Like we really,
Man, and he won number 2 though, so
I still gotta listen. But like
he
street,
ain't too much in the
like
channel.
the streets are supposed to have you. Like that's the saying. When the streets don't give a fuck about you, but according to rap, the streets, you're gonna get elevated to immortality, pretty much.
Well, they treat them like the Avengers. It's what people like to watch it.
Well,
People
we're
like
part of
to
street
watch.
culture.
You said what?
We're part of street culture.
I feel like we're more on the positive side, and like going back to what we said earlier, negativity sells more than positivity.
Well, I don't know much about the business. Like my main example was King Von. He actually had bodies, and I don't know if like white people are the majority of ones saying, "Yeah, let's send him to the moon." I feel like black people like, "Yo, he actually did that shit." Yo, hell yeah,
Black people look
send him
at
to
it
the moon.
like the Avengers.
I'm talking about us.
Oh, I ain't listening to King Von.
Us too.
Every time
I
he
look
talk
at
on Tuka, I'll turn that shit off and hit next. Like I did not listen to King Von, like for that reason.
bro.
I
It was
let you, but my girl loved King Von, and I don't know why.
He's
bro. I
attractive,
listen to his
and
music.
they think they can fix him.
Hmm.
Sorry.
I'm just saying it's
I felt
captivating.
that.
His story was captivating when he first came out. Then it just kept getting more and more and more crazy. But
To the
it's
moon.
like it's like watching a documentary.
Lord Jesus.
Stay in one spot, Solo.
Yeah, he's passionate, bro. He can't move. He over here moving his hands and slapping shit.
Yeah, I hit the mic.
I know you did.
He talking with his hands, but let him express. That's how black
Yeah,
people talk. Let him
I was
talk.
waiting on this.
I mean, I'm with the black people talk, but when you got the faulty wire, bruh.
Yeah, you do gotta learn how to balance it out, man.
I actually think
While Solo's fixing that, R or
Somebody.
P, Kev, y'all got anything on trap music, drill music, rap music in general? The message.
Um, honestly, I don't. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've always kept this to myself, but I haven't really listened to rap music in a while, bro. Like, I think like the last thing I listened to, like an actual album, I think the last thing I listened to, actually, I can't even remember what was the last thing I listened to. But like, I don't even listen to rap music anymore. Like, I just be listening like it's either gospel, jazz, or like, or I just be listening to beats. Like, I just try to find beats and I just listen to them. Like, I don't even get into rap anymore because, like, in my personal opinion, they ain't talking about nothing. Like,
Facts.
Music has peaked as a whole. I agree. Music don't hit as hard as it used to.
oh, I don't agree.
like if I honestly, genuinely were to get back into, um, what's up, bitch? But if I were to get back
Okay.
into,
Edit that out.
if I were to get back into,
Okay.
if I were to start listening to like rap music and stuff like that again, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm going back to the old Kanye. Like, I really love Kanye's old music. Like, I can't remember the title of the song because I just don't keep up with the stuff anymore. But like, it was Kanye, Pusha T, 2 Chainz.
Oh,
Um,
Mercy. You mean
yeah,
Mercy?
that, yeah. Like I really messed with that song like heavy. Like
Yeah,
because what I like about
this
that,
entire segment out.
what what I liked about Mercy was they weren't doing too much. You know what I'm saying? It was just black and white and gray. Just a bunch of niggas spitting bars, bro. That's just all it was. Nowadays, it's just like who could twerk the best. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Who got like it's just like who got the fattest cheeks? Like you know what I'm saying? And then it's like no disrespect to any of the artists, but like I don't care about nostalgia artists. Like they be doing these nostalgia collabs. Like I just don't care about it. Like y'all don't be talking about nothing. There's nothing that's being said that keeps me interested. So it's just like I don't know. I just don't find rap interesting anymore. Like there's nothing that's being said right now that's actually like, dang, he's spitting. In my personal opinion.
My personal experience with music as a whole, and I think about like all the like rap songs I done listened to, even if you include R&B songs, and just like songs that's oldies for us with a cookout. Like for me, it's always been about a combination of melody, cadence, and feel that the song gives me. Like, guess that's how I can still listen to some music that is out now. But if I like hear some like BS, I don't care how good of a melody it is. I'm not listening. Still, like you have to have a certain level of sensibility when you making something for me to still be like, I don't know what you saying for it, because you're not really saying nothing. But your producer is like goaded, so like I'm gonna hit the play button and let it go. You know what I'm saying? But like he said, like just like most things that's been to say have been said,
Facts.
and the people that's being pushed ain't saying nothing unless it's something darker and darker and darker, or something more wild and wilder and wilder, and then to the point where it's like I can't listen to that because that's just not who I am. So this gonna take me out of. It's not in my character. So I mean, most of them ain't in my character because I don't do anything that they rappers rap about. I don't do none of that. But because it might be a decent melody, I belong to it, riding the car to it, boom. That's all I use music for is workout music, or if I'm riding the car. Other than that, I'm not really listening to music like that. 'Cause I don't like music to think. Because when I think, like, stuff gets dark. We in a fucked up situation as a whole in this country. We all just trying to make the best. So I don't like thinking for real. But I just use it as a way to just vibe and go about my day. That's just me. It can't be it can't be too off base. Otherwise it's like that's that shit off. Like I don't wanna hear about like the who I smoke stuff. Remember that? Like who I smoke? And they
Mm.
sampled that yeah. I couldn't play that, bro, because even it's like, oh, they using a song from the White Chicks movie. Like, still, like, they talking about, it was like multiple dudes they talking about that's dead in the grave and they making a song about them. I can't listen to this. I'm not celebrating nobody else's death. Crazy. And I don't know why it gets glorified. I mean, y'all might have spoken on it. I ain't gonna cap. I closed off a little bit. Cause this Bacardi hit a little bit. I ain't gonna cap.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was I have I didn't really like get the whole thing. But it ain't it. I
That's
feel
fine.
like that as we keep getting these viral artists, like that's the thing. It's more about saying something outlandish to be viral rather with the content of what you're saying, unless you're already maybe established. Then you can have some new people and ain't nothing being said. It's either about saying something outlandish or it's about just the image of how you look. You I might have been off Facebook answer because I forgot. That's just what I was thinking this whole time y'all was talking about.
How I feel about trap music and rap today. Um, at first I hated it because I couldn't relate to any of the things that was being said. Like I'm not gonna sit here and try to claim that I'm from the streets and all this other shit when I know I'm not, because nowadays a random person could be claiming they from the streets and all this other shit until somebody that's from that hood comes up to them and confront them about it, and shit goes left because they're basically false claiming that lifestyle. So it's just like no one. Um, I just can't do something that I'm not true to. But I get like a lot of people that makes the trap music. They're making music about where they came from, their background. Yeah, I understand that, but it got to a point where it's not new anymore. It's all like everybody's saying the same exact thing. They're just using different words, and it's like over the same type of beat, same tempo, same everything, and it got boring and repetitive. But people, the popular, they're not tired of that sound or whatever. They're gonna keep buying it. They're gonna keep listening to it because it sounds good to them. But it's just boring.
I will say I add to this too. 'Cause I don't relate to majority of what it is, but I will say when you about to play a basketball game or football game and like just go hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga. Like he not talking about those sports, whatever. But that shit make you want to do some shit on the court, go hard as a motherfucker. And some people they hear that and understand like this ain't real life, but use that energy and put that into something maybe positive. I'm about like you know you somebody rapping about selling drugs or hitting licks, whatever, to get they getting money, they getting paper. And I feel okay, you getting paper. Like I'm out here doing my homework for this test because when I get this degree, I'm gonna be getting some paper too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think that deeply into it. Like I said, I don't think I'm listening to music, but like obviously I'm not relating to no gangbang and shit, nothing like that. But like in certain instances, you can take a piece from it when it comes to the energy of it and incorporate that into something just to give you the energy you might be looking for to get you the hyped up or get you just like, okay, I need to get some money. I have enough sense to myself to not do the dumb shit they doing. But the goal is, yeah, I want to get paid like they getting paid. So let me do what I gotta do to get paid. Then the other instance, I was gonna talk about film, but yeah, y'all got it. I might come back. No, I don't remember what it was. Yeah. So we've been talking about it. It's negative, so we'll talk about it. Um, listening to like, when Future was in his bag that year when he had like 7 albums and shit like that. when I like when I got a little phase a little bit. I'm like, bruh, I,
Shout out to
and
Free.
yeah, I mean, but it ain't make me do it. I was already want to do that, but it kind of fit what my mentality was. Damn what you're saying, but like once you get out of that phase and you listen back to the songs again, can't listen to half of the songs anymore. But he was wild. Like what the hell was he saying? Like that's crazy. Like I never do that. So like it's just a mix of like one, the listener got to be able to differentiate between what about their life they doing versus what this person rapping about. And some people really can't do that. And they hear that wild shit, want to be that, want to act like that, want to portray that in their life. And that's where the mistake number one is. Yeah, but like I said, it ain't trap shit. The music, trap music, it ain't fair. But so I don't blame people that don't listen to it. People that do listen to it, I mean, I just hope they don't get caught in it, caught up in the hype of what they talking about. It ain't there, and it shouldn't be glorified. Yeah, they talking about where they came from. So we trying to get out from there. We ain't trying to stay there.
I got kind of a hot take.
Yeah.
I think trap music specifically is facing the same problem that movies are kind of facing, which is there's so much money and there's so much eyes on hip hop. You see one thing work, it's gonna get copied 10,000 times. Little Baby dropped one hit, and we getting 10,000 from Little Babies. That's the real problem. There's so much money on it. They're looking for safe bet. We don't award originality like we used to because there's so much money right now. They don't want to risk the dude to be the next guy and it don't hit. So they're like, well, we know Lil Baby work, we know Precisely work, we know Young Boy work, so we're gonna start making clones. Because there's money riding on it. Well then that plateaus the music and then people listen to 14 of the same album with 27 tracks on it. They're like, bro, I done heard this already. That's the real problem. I think it's just there's so much money, so much eyes, and social media is instant. They're like, all right, we just need safe bets. He just dropped a hit, so we need 10 more of him.
The formula. They copy and pasting the formula, bro. Like you said, see something that works.
Like 2K. Sorry.
Yeah. That game ain't so. I can't even talk about that. I ain't about the case since like 2016. I guarantee you it's staying there the same if I play it.
Mm.
Might have an extra story mode or some shit.
Nah, they got extra cosmetics you can get, bro. That's what makes it known. There you go.
I can make myself time light skin.
You got 2 additional shades, bro.
Oh dang, that's crazy. You got light, you got light bright, and you just got light. I'm playing around with.
I'm done, bro. I had to let that one out.
Well, any freestyle topics for Black culture?
You said what?
Any freestyle topics from Black culture?
We'll talk about some food where you said if you ain't ate this, you ain't black.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
chitlins, bro. Nah, if you eat them, you
Oh,
foul.
yeah, no,
That's
bro.
foul, bro.
You foul, bro. I'm sorry.
You said what's all? We can't hear you.
Love them.
Oh my Solo. Why? Is it because where you from? Why?
They taste good. I don't know what to tell you.
What are we talking about?
Chitlins, bro.
Bruh. Worst thing on this planet.
No, you wildin'. I don't want to hear no more of that speaking while I'm in this podcast. 'Cause that's wild. That's a wild thing to say. You like
Viewers, we do not support this here. Just want to make that known.
Hey, y'all can eat y'all chitlins, bro. I'm just not on part of the team, bro.
Yeah, don't ask me, don't invite me. I don't want to smell it. No,
Do you eat it with hot sauce at least, Solo?
Absolutely.
Okay.
you're nasty. You're just nasty.
There was no hot sauce. I'm like, bro.
See, that's why your mic fucking up now, bro. God telling you fucking up. That's what it is. Terrible.
What about strip culture, bro?
Mm.
I know we elevate strip culture. Is that a part of
Strippers?
strip? Well,
Is
I
that what
think
you're talking about? Is that
I
what you
think the
mean?
best strippers are black.
Absolutely. Um,
But stripper and prostitution has been around forever. Like that, I don't think that is particularly the black people. I think people have
that's
always
just a thing. Yeah.
like putting them on pedestals, madams, and all of them forever. I think that is not exclusive to black people. At least I don't think so.
I don't think it's exclusive. I would say, yeah, like you said, we might have the best on our side, but that's not a black person thing. It's an occupation. It's a way to make money. It's frowned upon back then, but nowadays it's like it is what it is. Nowadays, like whatever. You're just trying to make money. But as long as you're being, I feel like how professional you are about it. Like, are you looking at it as I'm just doing this to make money? I know that I got this body. I'm going to utilize it to make money. Or is that your personality? That's like, nah, I'm just, got whole tendencies. Like, I feel like there's a separation between the two when it comes to stripper culture or whatever. But other than that, yeah, that's how I look at that.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
Because there's strippers out there that you probably wouldn't even know they were strippers unless they told you. It's not their personality at all. They separate the two. But then there's other women you like, yeah, that's a stripper for sure.
I've
Like,
witnessed it personally. Some stick to rules and some don't care about the rules and do stuff that they shouldn't be doing but don't care.
the lines are blurred. Absolutely.
It's strict, like, no, this is this, that, and that's what I charge, this, and that. And
I mean,
some,
we can give a quick story about what we experienced out there. We can save that. It's up to y'all.
not my story,
I wasn't here.
Some wild shit.
Wow.
I'm glad y'all doing all right. I'm glad y'all made it through.
Man, I got disgusted. That's the word. Fucking terrible. And I've been to strip clubs multiple times. That shit. Oh, irritating.
Oh, I don't like strip clubs.
It's a waste of money, low key, bro, if we want to get into it.
Fun those people's lives.
Is it?
hey, you could, hey, no, it's a wild hot take, but if he's black, supporting black business, but that's not money away. You support black business.
You supporting the corporation that own the damn building. It ain't black business unless it's a black owner, bro. No.
They
You
only
shipping
get a
directly to
cut,
the
bro.
CEO.
It's like,
That's
hey, he said your local stripper like your local barber, bro.
you
They
got to
only
tip
get
her,
a
man.
cut.
Pay her in cash and let her pocket it. She ain't got to report that.
You got to pay her after hours, bro. Be like, here's your real money.
Chipped it.
Yeah.
Here's $2. I'll see you after, and I'll give you what you would have made, so you can actually pocket that one. Let me stop giving some game, bro. No, so about to spit, bro. Because I'm supposed to know this
Yeah.
Not much. What are we talking about with culture? Because I mean,
strip culture.
the strip club culture evolved into twerk culture, and some of the music is good, especially like deeper cut black culture. Like the music, alright. Everybody loves house music. Like the music is alright. We talking about the environment. Man, they get crazy.
You said, what about the environment?
They get crazy.
Oh, we know firsthand.
Yeah, it get wild. Solo the king of the.
I'm
What you about to say? You was about to say some shit, kid, weren't you?
for me.
Yeah, you.
Nah, I mean, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing, but it's just a lot of thoughts came into my head when the king of whatever was just mentioned. I'm not gonna repeat it.
I just have some problems.
Still got stories, bruh. I mean, the king I would say is James Harden, but
He's staying there.
Hall of
Where
Fame, bro.
Hall of Fame got his jersey retired. You can't really top that. I mean, that's all I got for real. Unless y'all got anything else.
Sound like it was a good pod. I'm sorry I missed the beginning of it. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
good.
Shit. Well, I know y'all want to cook, bro. Go ahead, do y'all thing.
You want to go first, solo, bro?
Nah, I got a thing.
All right, but I got you.
Cook about what?
The outro, they be going crazy with the outro.
Like, comment, and subscribe, or your next bill gonna be higher than the last, bro.
Inflammation. Or inflation. I said it, dumb man. I'm dumb.
I'm sorry. Hey, I was gonna let you rock, bro. Hey,
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it.
Inflation. Goddamn. I'm dumb as fuck.
Inflation.
They keep that though.
Oh, we do love our fellow blacks, our fellow queens, our fellow kings. Make sure y'all stay black and strong out here in this tough world.
Just so you know, chillin', bro.
We are not milkmen.
You can be a milkman.
Okay.
I'm not a milkman.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe, or your home button go stop working.
Damn.
That's tough.
Like, comment, and subscribe, or I'm gonna send Dr. Umar to your house.
Yeah. Y'all don't want that.
We don't drink milk out here.
It's 10,000 lashes.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Or that spider that you saw on the wall, that big ass one, you're gonna lose it, and it's gonna be in your house forever, and it's gonna hit your ass. It's gonna get you.
Lay a baby in your ear.
Yep.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't, I hope you get jumped by 7 niggas with Timbs, and I hope they steal your dog.
Damn, bro.
Hey, dog, just for that, bro, 7,000 lashes.
Can't take black people nowhere.
Oh, comedy, bro. Okay, all right.
That's been real.
Been real.
Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me tryna get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me tryna get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Big boss, care my line, sell a brother, get your feet in. But tap in with your peoples, make sure they doing decent. Show me how to readjust some ways that I've been thinking. Been trying to protect what I've been building, been on